Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop, which is their spring palette, I guess. This just came the other day, and I actually today just ordered some stuff from the Disney Villains collection, which I'm super excited about. I had not seen or heard anything about that until yesterday, and then it was like, it's coming out and launching tomorrow. And everybody was freaking out that it was going to sell out and stuff, but I was able to get the things I wanted. I ordered the Ursula collection, the main eyeshadow palette, and then one of the glitterly obsessed things to try, and one of the jelly shadows, because I've never tried those. I got the Ursula one. So I wanted to check that out, and that'll be in a video soon. I apologize that so many of these videos lately are like swatch videos like this, but I'm getting over another friggin' sinus infection, and I really don't feel or look all that great, so I'd rather not be on camera right now. So this is the Sweet Talk palette. It's got some holographicness on there. When I open it up, you'll see the whole inside is holographic. It's got the colors on the back, of course, as they usually do. It says "You're Pretty" inside, and this is a 12-pan palette. So lately they've been doing like either 12 or 9, and then I think the Disney one is 16. It's one of the bigger palettes. 15 or 16. I don't remember how many pans are in that, but I'm gonna I'll swatch quickly across the top, then the middle, then the bottom row. This doesn't really scream spring to me personally. It's a very peach palette. When I think of spring, I think of like greens and green and gold and blue, but this is a very pretty neutral palette, but it's got these two really cool, I'm gonna call them pressed glitters because they look and feel like pressed glitter to me. So we'll get to those in a minute. But the first one is a very plain peachy nude called Catch Me. It's a matte shade. I like that they usually include a shade like this in their palettes because it just helps blend everything else out. So that's a finger swatch and a brush swatch. Very nice staple color to have in a palette. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to film this while it's nighttime, so it's a little bit dark in here. I gotta get my lamp right so that my camera won't keep trying to focus on other things. Okay, so there's that one. Then we have Side to Side, which is really weird because, as you can see, I can literally press my finger in there. It's very mushy in the pan. I'm not sure if they're all supposed to be like that, but it's a really weird consistency. It almost feels like a jelly shadow or something, so I can't get a really great swatch because my finger wants to move the product around in there. But this is a peach with a bunch of silver shimmer in it. It's got like silver and pink shimmer in it. It's not extremely pigmented, but I think that's because I can't get in there to get up a lot of the product. So let's see how it swatches with a brush. So I'm yeah, it's just picking up the glitter. See, it's kind of chunky on a brush. So I don't know if I got a dud color here. If you guys got this palette, let me know if your Side to Side shade is like this. But it's kind of odd. So that's that. Garden Date. This is a really pretty pinky peach with, it's almost like a coral with a whole bunch of gold sheen in there. So pretty. That's one of my favorite colors in this palette. That's definitely a color that screams springtime to me. This one picks up really nice on the brush too. That would make a really pretty blush color as well, I think. Used lightly, of course, unless you want crazy orange cheeks. Then we have Work It, which is kind of like a orangey tan, or a pale orange is probably a better way to describe it, but this one is a matte. see if I can fit one more on my hand here. This one is Prima Drama, and this is so pretty. This is just like silver and copper, and it's almost got like a green tinge to it, and peach. I will say about these glittery ones though, they're very messy when you try to take them off, because you will see I'm gonna wipe my hand and I'll still have glitter all over my hand. I'm not even gonna bother doing that one with a brush because it's definitely works out better applying it with your finger for this one if you apply it over the other shades and everything, or just on your lid by itself. But it is a really pretty glitter. So I will show you when I go to try to wipe this off. Kinda, I guess it's a good thing that it doesn't want to budge, but I'm gonna have glitter all over me now. Try and scrub it off. Okay, so I apologize if there's still some glitter flakes on my hand there, but I can't get it all off. So then we have Meadow, and this is a matte coral shade. Then we've got Early Morning, which is the other pressed glittery shade. This one isn't quite as chunky as that one. This one is like copper, orange, gold, and silver. Again, very reflective and glittery. This one's kind of messy too when you try to take it off, but very pretty. Again, I'm not going to do that one with a brush. DreamMaker is a matte pale corally pink. There's lots of coral and pink in this palette. That's those. For the bottom row we have ICYMI. Don't know what that stands for. I guess I'm too old. This is like a burnt orange, but this is a matte. That one's really pigmented. Oops. I hate when my brush is still damp and I stick it in a matte shade. That's what that one looks like. Then we have Melody. This is another really pretty one. This is a metallic. This reminds me so much of one of the colors in the oh my god, I can't talk today. The Sweet Peach palette. It's got a pink undertone to it, but it's mostly this peachy gold. Very metallic, super pretty. You can hear banging, it's because Aiden is in the room right next to me, making some noise, and that one applies really nicely with a brush. And then we have West Side, and West Side is just a matte light brown. Another nice one to have in the palette as like a transition shade, or it's a little bit crumbly, but it does blend nicely. And then I'm just going to swatch this over here. This one is called Feel Free. It's a matte, it looks like a dark brown, but it's like a really deep berry shade. You can see it better when I swatch it. This one swatches a little bit powdery, but that's a very like fall shade to me, but that's why I said this didn't really strike me as a spring palette, but maybe because all the glitter and everything, it is pretty. Again, my brush was damp, so. And that is all of them. So as usual with ColourPop's palettes, I enjoy most of it. I don't get this shade, I don't know why it's so mushy. It's a very, very weird consistency. And I would love to know if you guys have this palette. Is your side-to-side shade mushy like that? Other than that, those glitters are absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to play around more with those. They are a little bit messy to get off, but I think if I was using makeup remover instead of just a baby wipe, I wouldn't have a problem with it. You need more of like an oil-based something to get it up and off your skin. But I really like this palette, so I thought this was a pretty good one. The only color I have an issue with is that mushy one, because I don't know what's up with this. I feel like if I swirl a brush or my finger around in it too much, it's just gonna come right out of the pan because it's like putty almost. It's really weird. It is a pretty color, but like you can't get much payoff out of it because you can't really dig in there that much. But that was my little swatch video for the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Couldn't remember the name of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video.